What is up everybody, welcome to a brand new Destiny 2 video. My name is DuskHound and today we've got a couple of things to go over. We have the post-launch content roadmap for Forsaken and of course Update 2.0's patch notes to go over. First off, we're going to go over the exciting stuff, the post-launch content roadmap, which reveals a few things, but a lot of course is being kept under wraps for now or is still being worked on. First off, we have the Forsaken launch going into the Season of the Outlaw, which is what they're naming Season 4. First on the list they have August 28th, which is obviously today, where we got access to Update 2.0 and all the glorious things that came along with it. Next up we have September 1st, where everybody will get a 24-hour free trial of Gambit. Next on that list is September 4th, which is of course the release of Forsaken and Random Roles. Following that we have September 14th, which is where we get access to the brand new raid Last Wish. Then on September 18th we have the return of Iron Banner and a brand new Crucible map named the Convergence. Then on September 25th we will have a brand new Crucible mode named Breakthrough, and we will have access to the brand new Crucible maps. After that we have October, where we will get the return of the Festival of the Lost, this time with a twist. And they also let us know that there will be more that will include weekly playlist updates, the evolution of the Dreaming City, and more additional surprises. Moving on from that section, we have the rest of this split into two sections. We have free seasonal updates, which will be available to all Destiny 2 players, and of course the annual pass content, which is the year 2 season pass content, also known as DLC. The first drop will be in December this year, and for the free seasonal update we will get the return of heavy machine guns, which I'm really excited for. I was a big fan of them in D1 and I'm sure I will be in D2. We will also get new weapons, new Crucible content, Iron Banner, and gameplay updates, as well as seasonal ranks. And the event will be the Dawning. For the annual pass content of December, we have Black Armory, which is described as discover weapons of light and fury. Add the Black Armory's treasure to your legend. This will grant you access to the Black Armory and a new Forges of the Chain activity, as well as a new raid layer, new exotics, new legendaries, new triumphs, collections, and bonus rewards. Of course, there will be more information on these features in the future. For Spring 2019, first off, starting with the free seasonal update, we will get new weapons, new Crucible content, Iron Banner, gameplay updates, seasonal ranks, and an event that is yet to be announced. And for the annual pass content, named Joker's Wild, Gambit was only the beginning, and the Drifter is ready to deal you another deadly hand. This will feature a new activity experience, an evolution of Gambit, new exotics, new legendaries, new triumphs, collections, and bonus rewards. And again, we will find out more about these features in the future. And finally we have Summer 2019. For the free seasonal update we will get the same as Spring. New weapons, Crucible content, Iron Banner, gameplay updates, seasonal ranks, and an event that is yet to be announced. However, for the annual pass content we get Penumbra. Only the brave will learn what lurks in the shadow. Only the strong will survive its teeth. This has a very high vibe to it, just in that small description. But this will grant you access to a new activity, a new raid layer, new exotics, legendaries, triumphs, collections, and bonus rewards. And again, with the previous two, we will find out more information about this in the future. So that is it for the Forsaken post-launch plan. Let me know what you guys think about it and if anything sticks out to you. The highlight of it so far for me is the return of heavy machine guns. It's something that I've wanted to see happen since I found out they're not in D2. But let me know what sticked out to you down in the comments. Moving on to the patch notes. Along with a ton of visual changes, of course update 2.0 brings the long-awaited revamp to the weapon and armor system in D2. Mods 2.0 will not be coming until the launch of Forsaken however, but that gives us time until then to adjust the elemental value, the elemental damage on our weapons before we cannot do that anymore. However, the weapon system has been implemented. Weapons are now under 3 different categories: primary ammo weapons, special ammo weapons, and heavy ammo weapons. Heavy ammo weapons can only be equipped to your power slot, but primary ammo and special ammo weapons can either go in your kinetic or elemental slot. Weapons that are considered primary ammo weapons are hand cannons, scout rifles, auto rifles, pulse rifles, sidearms, and SMGs. And for special ammo weapons we have fusion rifles, shotguns, sniper rifles, trace rifles, and single shot grenade launchers. And finally, for the heavy ammo weapons, we have the drum-loaded grenade launchers, rocket launchers, linear fusion rifles, and finally swords. And of course with this huge change, they have had to adjust some of the damage output of some weapons and a ton of perks. So expect some things to feel a little bit different. There is a ton of small changes coming with this update, and of course I could spend the next 20 minutes going over them all, but to keep things nice and short, I'm going to focus on the exotic. There is a ton of changes in this update, so I'm going to try and keep things as short as I can. So let's start off with the changes to exotics. The Orpheus rig no longer grants super energy on bloom and damage sharing. However, they have raised the base super amount that you receive from your tether. And when you use it with Mobius Quiver, this will grant you additional tether shots. The Celestial Nighthawk will also now grant you a third of your super energy back if you kill the target with your golden gun shot. The Wormhusk Crown will no longer start the regeneration of your health and shields, but instead grant a large health and shield bump at the start of your dodge instead of the end. The Knucklehead Radar also now enhances your radar when you crouch. The Lucky Pants has an extended duration of the illegally modified holster effect. Shinobu's Vow will also now give you additional grenade energy when you damage an enemy with your skip grenade. The rift drops from the stag effect now has the standard rift duration. The ability recharge bonus has been increased for Eye of Another World, and for Nazarek's Sin they have increased the duration of abyssal extractors, and rapid kills will extend the duration up to 20 seconds. For the Skull of Dire Ahamkara, you will get increased super energy gained from the Nova Bound kills, and killing higher ranked enemies will reward more super energy. For the Transverse Steps, you will get enhanced mobility, and after sprinting for a short time, your currently equipped weapon is automatically reloaded. For Winter's Gill, you now have tuned damage and duration per stack to be more consistent. For the Mark 44 stand-asides, we will get our overshield faster. For the Hollowfire Heart, the base cooldown reduced when super is uncharged. The base cooldown has been reduced when your super is uncharged in addition to when charged. The Helm of Saint 14 will now grant allies an overshield for a short duration when you pass through the Ward of Dawn. The Mask of the Quiet One will give you increased energy gain from incoming damage. and when you are critically wounded, your health is granted from kills. The healing pulse is more effective from the crest of Alpha Lupi. The Peacekeepers now have increased movement speed when you wield an SMG, and finally for the armor pieces, we have the Worm God Caress, which has had its damage and duration tuned to be more consistent. Next we have some of the exotic weapon. They have fixed an issue where the charge time on the sleeper simulant was not being displayed properly on the weapon, as well as that they have also reduced the magazine size, as well as that they have reduced the base damage. However, they have increased the base magazine size. For the Borealis, you will now get additional bonus damage when you break a shield on a precision hit. For the Prometheus lens, you will no longer generate special ammo on a kill. And for the tractor cannon, repulsor force now also increases non-void damage by 33%, but however it will no longer stack with other weakening effects, such as shadow shot or hammer strike. So that is all the exotic tweaks, which we definitely are not short of. There's definitely some really good changes in there, and I'm curious to see if this fixes the Worm God husks. Moving on, let's go over some of the general changes. For the primary ammo weapons, we have increased precision damage output and in-air accuracy. However, they have decreased body shot damage in PvE. For special ammo weapons, we have reduced damage output. However, the damage of trace rifles have been increased. And for heavy ammo weapons, grenade launchers now do increased damage and blast radius. Linear fusion rifles now have increased damage, reduced time to charge and fire, and reduced aim assist. And finally, swords have increased ammo and increased damage mitigation when you guard. Grenades have also had increased damage. They have also buffed a lot of grenades to do increased base damage. Meditations have been retired and replaced with a heroic story mission playlist. This playlist will share the modifiers of heroic adventures and strikes. Forsaken campaign missions will be featured at 500 power, and Year 1 campaign missions will be featured at 200 power. There is now escapees from the prison of elders that roam the open world. However, they will not drop rewards until September 4th. The difficulty of lost sectors has also been increased, and locations that previously did not have them now have heroic adventures. However, they will only be available during their Flashpoint weeks. But Mercury and Mars are unaffected by this change. Strikes have also been tweaked. There is no longer a heroic strike playlist. However, there is now Legacy and Forsaken playlists. Legacy strikes will have all Year 1 strikes, and Forsaken strikes will have 3 different difficulties: 300 power, 400 power, and 500 powers, and of course feature Forsaken maps. Nightfalls have also had some significant changes. They have retired the prestige difficulty, increased the base difficulty, and now you can choose one of 3 different Nightfall strikes every week. I presume this is so non-DLC players can now participate in the Nightfall. The vault size has been increased to 500 slots, and you can now dismantle shaders in stacks of 5 at Master Rahul. As for Zur, he no longer displays where he is on the map and is not tied to flashpoints, and Fated Engrams will grant only pre-Forsaken exotics. The Year 1 challenge system has been removed and converted into bounties. You will pick up these bounties through the vendors at the destinations. And that is it for this video today, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for plenty more Destiny 2 content coming your way, and of course I'll see you guys in the next one.